Hello, welcome back to my channel. This video really should have been out in January, but if you guys follow me on my Instagram or my Facebook, you'll know that I have really been going through it with my anxiety, and at the moment I'm kind of in a transition point in my life. So if you're watching this now, just know that I am so thankful for your patience and for you guys continuing to rock with me. So I appreciate that more than you'll ever know. First things first, while we're here, if you're not subscribed, go ahead and hit the subscribe link down below. There's also a notifications button in the corner, so every time I'll post, you'll also be notified. If you are already following, I want to thank you for your continuous love and support, and I look forward to bringing more content to all of you guys really in the future. So first things first, while I realize I'm a month and some change behind, I still feel it completely necessary to talk about goals and aspirations and things we want to accomplish during this new year, during this 2018. I kind of try to narrow my goals down into categories, that way I'm more prone to keeping up with them. So I go by physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual. As well, I kind of have a subcategory of extra goals that I'm going to share with you guys. And more than likely, I probably won't mention all of my 2018 goals in this video, but I am going to share with you some very specific ones that I plan on accomplishing this year. So let's get started. My first goal of the year, we'll start with physical, is to lose 30 pounds. I have to say it out loud in order for you guys to keep me accountable and to make sure that I'm actually keeping up with what I'm supposed to do. During my pregnancy, I gained roughly 65 pounds with Lottie, just because it was a very hectic time in my life. And to be honest, I feel like my life is always pretty hectic, but even more than the average during that time. So I wasn't able to really get to the gym like I normally would have. As well, the whole healthy eating thing, the fetus at the time, she wasn't really having it. So I totally carb loaded, Taco Bell, sandwiches, burgers, fries, you name it, I ate it. And my daughter's almost 2. I don't have the type of body where you just snap back. I have to work for every inch, every pound, every ab, everything. My body is nothing but time, work, sweat, and tears. So even though it's only half of what I gained during my pregnancy, I'm really pushing to just make small changes gradually. That way I'm more likely to stick to it. So for this year, 30 pounds, I feel like is a pretty good goal, because I personally don't stick to things when I feel like I'm rushing it. So I'm really just gonna take my time, get back in the gym with my cardio and my weights, thinking about joining a kickboxing gym or a possible CrossFit gym. So those are some options to helping get more fit, as well as doing a lot more hiking. We don't really have a place around here where I'm able to do that as much as I would like to. So I'll definitely have to pursue that whenever I'm given the opportunity. My mental goal for this year is to default to positive thinking automatically. Over the course of, I guess, the last couple of years, I've really sunk into thinking the worst or expecting the worst before I expect the best. And anybody who kind of really knows, my faith and just my ability to remain positive, that's kind of unexpected for me, and I really want to change that about myself. I feel like this might be my hardest goal to accomplish, simply because taking control of your mind is just hard in itself. The mind is so powerful, your thoughts are so powerful, and your mental state just has the ability to either make things better or make things far worse. So for me, really getting back into seeing the best overall is really going to be a challenge for me. But because I know that I used to be that person, I feel like it's completely attainable. And even if I don't accomplish all of that this year, just the fact that I'm starting on that road back to a more positive me is something that I will be immensely proud of in itself. My emotional goal this year is for me to learn how to control my emotions by not assuming based off of not having enough information. As women, I know that we tend to jump to conclusions more often than not, or maybe we read between the lines when we shouldn't, or maybe we you know how we do. We try to be the FBI. We think we know everything. Like, girl, let me tell you, I have definitely had my moments when I've done that, and when I'm wrong, I'm just like, see, what had happened was, and I just don't want it to be like that this year. Asking questions prohibits a lot of the emotional effects that we constantly get hit with. When you learn how to react less, it gives you time to listen. It gives you time to really be in tune with whatever situation is going on. And I feel like this is going to be another hard thing for me, because it's just very easy to kind of just take what you know and make assumptions and go from there. So I know I'm really going to have to be on this one, for the simple fact that I know how I am and how quickly I can react when a situation just doesn't look right to me. My spiritual goals this year, which happen to be my favorite, I would say, is to pray more consistently. I am a faithful person. I do identify with being I do have faith. I do identify with a religion. I do consider myself a Christian. Now, I don't say that to say that I am a perfect person. I don't say that to say that I am better than other people. I say that because I am an imperfect person, and I also do believe that Jesus saves. If, by any means, if you are a Buddhist or a Hindu or an atheist, I love you regardless of what you choose, to do, to worship, or even to not worship. This is definitely not one of those things where I'm trying to spew my faith out on you guys or make you believe what I believe, because I really don't believe in that. At the end of the day, my whole job as a Christian is to love others, love my neighbors as Jesus loves me. But with that said, I definitely do want to learn how to pray more consistently. Usually at the end of the night, I have a routine with Lottie where I say her prayers with her. And for a while, I would kind of just throw bits and pieces of what I felt here and there, but I would never come back to getting on my knees and praying for my sole purpose, not just for my daughter, but for me as well. And this year, I definitely want to take more time, even if it's 5 minutes, 10 minutes here and there, early in the morning or late at night. I definitely want to work on that, because I feel like I have been disconnected from God for a while. And I know that not having conversations with him, because praying to me is having a conversation, but I know that not having conversations with him consistently really affects, this relationship. So me just learning how to pray and just being more consistent in my prayer is something that I'm for sure working on this year. And now we're to the bonus. And now we're to the bonus. So you guys know that I am a full-time student, so obviously my goal is to pass all of my classes. It may not seem like a lot to you guys, but as a music major, I'm taking like 10 classes right now with only 12 credit hours. So I'm trying to juggle, being a student and being a mom, and just, trying to stay fit, trying to be healthy, trying to cook all the meals, trying to have a social life, trying to get 8 hours of sleep, and basically all of that is impossible. So right now I am focusing on just trying to get really good grades, raise my GPA up. That way I can get involved in the things that I want to get involved in and just go from there. But We're going to get through it. I'm claiming my A student status and just believing that this is going to be a phenomenal school year. My second bonus goal is to volunteer at least 2 times this year, whether it be with animals, whether it be with my fellow veterans, whether I'm working at a shelter, whether I'm working with kids. I really couldn't care what it is that I can do, just as long as I'm able to do something. Volunteering has always been something that has been close to my heart. I love to make people happy. I love seeing a smile on others' faces. I love to just be able to be a blessing to other people, and a lot of times for me it's a big wake-up call, because sometimes I feel like we forget, how blessed we are. I feel like we forget, that we're in a better predicament than a lot of people. We have a roof over our head, we have food in our stomach, we have clothes on our back, and there are people who are living under bridges. There are kids who are living in cars who can't get a decent education because they don't have a school district to live in. And I just feel like when we volunteer our time, when we volunteer our hearts, when we volunteer something that we can't get back, it just makes that much more of an impact. Anybody could give money, but it's when you put your time and effort into something that you really begin to understand, and you really begin to learn how to be selfless. So I'm really excited about doing that this year. I'm hoping to join forces with an old recruiter that I had, Hunger Has No Religion. So I'm hoping to see him this year. As well as I would love to volunteer at Petco one of these Saturdays or Sundays. I know they do it every week, so I'm actually looking forward to doing that as well. But whatever opportunities just happen to pop up, I'm pretty much down for anything that is available. My last and final and really, really, really important goal of this year is to try something new, to try something that makes me uncomfortable. Growth stems from being uncomfortable. Growth happens when you are in a space that doesn't feel good. And as annoying as it is, it's extremely beneficial to the people that we become in the future. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. I've been saying for years how I want to skydive. I just haven't gotten to it yet. But honestly, I don't know what this uncomfortable thing is going to be. I have to let you guys know what this uncomfortable thing is going to be. I just have to keep you guys in tune and let you know when the moment happens, and more than likely it will be vlogged. but definitely going to try something new this year, something that's going to push me, test my boundaries, make me a better Kiara, and hopefully it'll rub off on you guys and you'll also try something new. So with that said, that is the end of my first video of 2018. If you guys have any physical goals and want to work together, let me know. I would love to. I'm definitely going to try and work on making more workout videos. Those ones tend to be harder for the simple fact that I usually don't have somebody to record me, and because it's one of those activities where I kind of need help, it tends to be a little bit harder. So I might just post those on Instagram until I'm able to get to that. If you guys have any, mental or emotional or spiritual goals and you want to follow on this journey with me, I would absolutely love that. I love to talk back to you guys, and I love just giving positivity and, rooting for you guys on, because really what the world kind of needs is more love and less judgment. So even if our goals don't align, I would love to know your goals. So if you've started working on any, go ahead and leave them down in the comment section, and I'll definitely be checking in later and letting you guys know how these goals are, maybe 3-4 months from now, and I'll just periodically, kind of express what I'm going through and all that good stuff. I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you all in the next video. Love you. Bye.